Hello YouTube. If anyone's watching all these videos, you must be getting fed up with the same entry all the time. What can I do? Oh, say, Paul Murphy. Today I'm just going to knock a quick one out here before I... Did you hear that, Marge? He's going to knock a quick one out. Oh, that dirty blader. That's what you get on that YouTube stuff. Oh, terrible. That's why we don't go online. Well, no, but we do go dogging a lot. Well, I'm 73. I like to get out. What was I on about? I don't know. I was on about 20 a day. You can see they didn't have any effect. Yeah, okay, right. So, I'm just going to do a quick bit from Jottings. Actually, I'm going to read you the back of the book. So, it says, "Hi, I'm Paul Murphy. How are you today?" Really? Well, thank you for sharing. Allow me to try and add some laughter to your day by way of recompense. Jottings. I can't read what it says underneath there because I'm just going to put a blasted thing like that. Anyway, preparation. I think it probably says contents or something like. Anyway, preparation. Sit down somewhere comfortable. Ensure you have enough strong glue. I did that all wrong. Preparation. Sit down somewhere comfortable. Ensure you have some glue strong enough to bond together splitting sides. Method. Turn pages. Read at room temperature until eyes water. Warning. Do not attempt to read all in one go to eliminate risk of involuntary urination. Do not read on a bus to eliminate risk of everybody suddenly getting off at the next available stop. Product does not contain nuts or the word tabulate. So, so this is a section here called, this is a book of just, like it says, jottings. I would wake up, you know, when this disease took hold, I get depressed and stuff sometimes, like, you know, imminent death having a, you know, somewhat detrimental effect on one's cheerfulness. Where was I going with this? Oh yes, so I just jot down anything, and then when people say, "Oh, what do you write?" and I'd say, "Well, what are you writing?" I'm always jotting down something, and this is what it is. So, parvus ads, small ads in Latin. You don't get this with J.K. Rowling, you know. Tabletop sale, 11:30 a.m. next Thursday. Selling the legs the week after. Are you alone? No companions? No family? Then why not leave me everything in your will? Dog lover seeks alibi. For sale, dictionary in excellent condition. Some of the nouns have been used, but sparingly. Many sentences left in them yet. All words of 3 or more syllables are in mint, unused condition, apart from the ones in this advert. Willing to sell separately. Some words are missing. Bring, at, the, midnight, ransom, and money. I needed them for another purpose. Perfect gift for someone looking to use floccinautiliflimcation in a letter. Brackets. Please note, several of the rude words have been underlined. Lady with short attention span seeks large collection of movie endings. Oh god, this one's such bad taste. No, I don't know if I can do it. Yeah, what the heck, I'm dying in any case. Large collection of movie endings would suit people with low boredom threshold, stroke, persons with advanced cancer. I know, I didn't know what was there. I just picked a page at random. Anyway, can I just point out that I do have neurological disease, and I'm dying myself. So, Postmortem script. I need to put a disclaimer out there first. Absolutely not in any way, shape or form based on a true incident. It was a busy morning at Peterborough Family Court. In his chambers, Judge Rancid Bigot shook himself down and then put a tissue on the carpet to absorb it. He looked at his heavy caseload and sighed wistfully. 2 cases this month, 40 minutes each, and a mere £140,000 of taxpayers' money a year to maintain this non-start schedule. It hardly seemed worth it. He made a note in his diary to book himself into Madam X's sadomasochist parlour for a therapeutic whipping by an 18-year-old Lithuanian dressed as a nun to relieve his stress. Any gender, he wrote next to the message, to show he was not biased in any way. But needing a visa if possible, he added in his finest handwriting, to show he was a judge. The court usher knocked softly on the door. 5 years hard labour, shouted Rancid Bigot. I'm sorry, Judge, came a voice from the other side of the door. I'm sorry, ignore that. Force of habit, you know. Sounded like a working class knock. Come in, what do you want? I have some paperwork, Judge. It's for the case you are seeing next. A father who wishes to get his children back on the grounds of their safety, and, oh yes, their safety. Couldn't think of a second reason, eh? Poor show. Well, I think he thinks that the safety of children is the most important thing there is. Misguided bastard. The payment of judges is the most important thing there is. Anyway, what sort of paperwork has he sent? I might have to edit some of this out. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Okay, he sent all sorts of letters and photographs. All right, don't go on. I was only asking out of politeness. I didn't really want to know. Put it all down there, would you? Well, that's the waste bin. Well, don't waste time putting it in there. See what I did there? Oh, who says judges don't have a sense of humour? Everybody? Well, they're wrong. Only last week I took 3 children away from their mother and put them in a refugee camp, and I haven't stopped laughing since about it. Oh, I don't see what's funny about that. Oh, they weren't even refugees. Okay, I need to find the bit that I... here we go. Let's get into some mild surrealist stuff. As I say, this is not based on any incident that I can think of. How about you? Right, let's get this over with. It's my nap time in 5 minutes. Lead the way, usher. It's only through that door. Yeah, but I'm pissed. Here, take my hand. Thank you. Oh, I forgot the usher's a woman. I should have done it in a female voice. Yeah, but I'm pissed. Here, take my hand. Thank you. Now let's put it there. Ooh, fleshy. Just how I... Oi! How dare you slap my hand? That is unacceptable touching, Judge. I know. You could have hurt me. Look how red it's gone. Right. Here we are, so who do we have here? Versus edited. Try and subtitle that, YouTube. Well, that's confusing. I'll never remember which is which. Let's just call them the mother and the loser who doesn't stand a chance in hell of winning this case. Right, the latter. How do you plead in relation to wasting my valuable time that I could be spending looking up potential au pairs on the internet? Man, wait a minute. I thought so. I've Googled you. Aren't you the same Sydney rancid bigot who did 3 months in Pentonville in 1973 for selling stolen farts to an undercover police officer? Sergeant Harry Bow of the Metropolitan Pumping Squad said it was the worst case he had smelt with in all his years on the farce. You were hunted down by his sniffer dog, Scoopy Poo. The poor creature never recovered, spent 10 years in canine therapy before transitioning into a porcupine and living happily in Wigan, making a good living as a drive-by acupuncturist. Meanwhile, rancid bigot absconded, changing his name to Miguel Carrara, putting on a purple wig and moving to Venezuela, where he became a lay preacher postulating on the sins of eating cabbage soup. Claimed that on Easter Sunday he was visited by the angel Gabriel, who granted him the power to cure the afflicted by means of whiffies for one day only. People will travel hundreds of miles to see him because they went the wrong way and had to turn back again. One of his most famous conversions was Signora Melania Melanoma. Oh, I see, melanoma. It's been a while since I read this. Blind for 20 years after accidentally wandering into a chili pepper and raw onion eating competition at judging time. With no PPE, poo protective equipment, she took the full flatulent force, and when she came to, she was blind, smellless and deaf, although the latter was only temporary once she had removed some baked anchovies from her ears. "Forgive me, Father, for I have wind," she wailed, and they both had to leave the confessional booth for 5 minutes. "Fear not, child," soothed Carrara, taking his head out of the fridge. He adjusted his cassock and his ass sock and took her by the hand and led her face first into a pillar, because he was in that kind of mood this morning. "How may I help you?" he asked, squeezing the large bump on her forehead back in, but making it come out the other end of her head instead. "When life gives you lemons," he murmured and hung his coat on it. "Oh, farter, it's father. Not according to my nose, it ain't. You must help me. 20 years I have been afflicted by blindness. The Lord moves in mysterious ways." He should put less starch in his underpants. "The Bible says for every misfortune we undergo, we are rewarded in other ways, especially if you buy a subscription and collect 3 coupons. Where does it say that? You're blind, right? Yes, then Bible page 1. Well, I don't seem to have been rewarded at all, although I do save a fortune on lamp oil. But it affects me so, Father, I can no longer do my job as well as I'd like." "You have a job?" "Yes, I'm a traffic control officer." "So, did you fill in the application form in Braille then?" "No, I misread the bumps and took it in Brazil." They saw the funny side, not that I could tell. and gave me the job. It was kind of them, although not to pedestrians. It was kind of them, although not to pedestrians. And who is standing in for you as traffic control officer on your day off? Oh, this isn't my day off. Their conversation was briefly halted by the sound of two donkeys crashing into each other at the junction of 5th and Main Street. Unfortunately, the donkeys were driving articulated lorries. Although one of the vehicles was unable to express its feelings clearly, so was classed as an inarticulated lorry. Oh, I groaned at that one. Oh, as I was saying, Father, my blindness affects me in so many ways. In my job, how I cannot tie my shoelaces properly. Miguel looked down and noticed she had 2 frying pans on her feet. And I am becoming very suspicious of what my husband claims to be a suppository he gives me once a week. Miguel scratched his chin, but it wasn't a winning one. I believe I can help you on this most sacred of days, when I am granted a gift from above, and am able to help poor, lowly, misbegotten, maggot-ridden, woe-drenched, unfulfilled detritus such as yourself. Not with a low self-esteem, you bloody well can't, mumbled Melania under her breath. Miguel stood up, took her by the hand, and told her it was a soda siphon. 5 minutes later he sighed contentedly and said to her, Now, let us see if the stigmata have shown itself. On your palms? Oh, how I wish. Come, Melania, come into my vestibule. You do know I'm blind, I might miss. No, I mean come into my auntie room. Your auntie's room? What exactly have you got planned? No, I mean come into my small foyer. You're not making it any easier, mate. Look, just follow me. And with that, an irate Miguel walked to the vestibule, and Melania walked the other way into a pillar. Oops, my bad, said Miguel. Tenderly he wiped the huge bump that had appeared on her forehead, by taking out a marker pen and drawing an eyeball on it. He led her by the arm into the vestibule, opened his cassock, and let forth an almighty, blessed by the Almighty, postern blast. You are healed of your ailment, he cried, holding his arms aloft. Aloft, yeah. I can't breathe, coughed Melania, rapidly evolving gills. Yes, but unless you can quell your olfactory system, I think you'll pretty soon find the door, smiled Miguel, and he was right. And by the miracle of the Lord, coupled with stale broth, Melania's sight was shot back into life, even as her nostrils curled up and died. It is a miracle, a miracle, a miracle, she cried in utmost happiness and triplicate, and ran out of the door to tell everybody her most wondrous news, that she had been cured by the power of the flatulence. Unfortunately, she was run over and killed by a lorry-driving donkey. You win some, sighed Miguel, and returned to his shrine to await the next poor wretch to receive the liturgy of the gas. No, that's not me, said Judge Rancid Bigot, tucking the tail of a cassock into his Y-fronts under the desk. I'm going to quit it there. So anyway, so there you go. That's from me, Paul Murphy, reading some of my book Jottings. This isn't actually the front cover that you'll find online, but anyway, there you go. I'll show it to you in any case. I'm coming in to land.